This post from YorchTorch Games has been going pretty viral in the X community over the past few days, and for all the reasons most people would expect. He said, the gaming community is way better thanks to all these legendary men and women who stand for fun and beauty over corporate greed and political activism. And I got to be honest, even though Razorfist is on this list here, I am honored to be alongside all these people here. And nor, I don't think when it comes to content creation, I don't think Razorfist is bad at all. At all. To be clear, I've had disagreements with him about some of the stuff that's happened and that's come out there in his personal life that I thought was pretty questionable. And he really got mad at me for acknowledging that that was a situation, which I don't know. That's kind of what I do, but okay. But at the same time, I don't have any issues with him when it comes to content creation. Grums, Asmongold, Vara Dark, me, Stuttering Craig, Endymion, Razorfist, Master of TDS, his wife Riding Raven, Cabrutus, Madam Savvy, Kirsha, J Viper, V, Kada, D-Day Cobra, Jeremy, Ryan Cannell, RK, Andy Pants, Flash, Hypnotic, Learning the Law, Pirate Nation, Chibi Reviews, Arthur, and K Vilt Games. These people, I am subscribed and following every single one of them. They are amazing. Outside of Razorfist, because I'm blocked. Everyone else, amazing in here. And very nice post by YorchTorch that went pretty viral. Already has nearly 500,000 views and over 1,000 retweets and 6,400 likes. But you know who really didn't like that is one of the reply guys that seems to always be every time I say anything, replying, screenshotting, and quote tweeting me. This K-Med guy who says, this is a beautiful starter pack of who to mute or block on X if you want to enjoy talking about the games you play. Thank YorchTorch for this. Bry Dronelash, so he can feed himself, which is absolutely hysterical to me because this guy lives off of us. All I see is him quote tweeting and screenshotting anything that typically I say or Jay Viper. But also, I think I've seen him say other things about Kada and Stuttering Craig over the years and Vara Dark. He's even called out Vara Dark. So I think it's funny. He's like, this is a great starter pack to mute or block people. But you don't. K-Med continues, but they do play games. Sure they do. These are the respective video thumbnails for Endymion and Smash JT's respective YouTube channels. Do people not get tired of this? Doesn't it get old after a while? This is just hateful clickbait. Nothing more, nothing less. This right here, this is pure cope and jealousy of other people that are far more successful on social media than he is. So he's crying about it right now, saying, look at all this. This is just grifting. This is grifting. Look at this. It's terrible. Meanwhile, Endymion's getting hundreds of thousands of views on pretty much every video he puts out there. And then me, not nearly as successful as Endymion, but still getting decent views as well. And apparently this is not talking about video games, even though these are video games for the most part, or other things that are interesting to me. And Endymion said, I do play games. I even platinum them. I never hide my PSN profile. Go look me up. Here it is. I don't hide nothing. And funny you use my older videos as opposed to my newer content, which is far more nuanced and interesting. I do admit my older content isn't as good as it is now, which is why I'm doing better this year than last year. But either way, I'm glad my content has helped change minds and change things. If I wasn't changing things or having an impact, you wouldn't be so obsessed with me. So it means I'm doing something right, then doesn't it? But please keep this up. All you keep doing is gaining me more followers and subscribers. So, I mean, I guess even my biggest haters are helping me either way. If you guys want more nuanced content, which I promise my stuff this year especially is more like that, check me out. I promise you'll be surprised. Thanks. Anyways, back to gaming I go, which is crazy Because if you're calling Endymion out, I mean, I understand people calling me out because I'm not like pushing my games out there all the time with what I'm playing and stuff like that. But Endymion is like constantly talking about games that he's platinum, games he's finished. If you actually watch his videos, he'll tell you about things that happened, about the videos he's talking about. Like Endymion is not someone that I would put the "you don't play games, pull his gamer card" on. Out of everyone, that's who you name. Kill the Cajun. I'll never understand why you or Smash give used tampons like this the time of day. He doesn't like you. His fans don't like you. Neither of you are going to change anyone's mind. It's barely even entertaining to make fun of him. I would agree with that, but at the same time, I think it's good to draw attention to what we're dealing with the detractors out there. Hello, I'm Saber. So that wasn't Smash I was watching playing RoboCop 15 hours ago on YouTube. I said, "Hi there. Here's just a quick sample of my gaming channel where I live stream after Smashcast ends. Sub here." And these are my gaming streams that I shared. What exactly? What? Look at those numbers. This is what they do. Constantly move goalposts. Look at those numbers. No wonder he has to grift. I said, I don't stream games to make money. I stream games because I love playing video games, and it's a great way to connect with my community. The fuck is wrong with you? And they replied, wipe your tears, bro. You have to grift because you failed to make money with your streaming. Lol. Oh, and the community said that Colin won the debate. Look at these people. What you got? Like 8 followers, 16 followers. Okay. What you got? 780 followers. Gotcha. Okay. Cool, guys. Cool. This is why you lose, because you cry about people. You cry. You don't actually create. You cry. Stuttering Craig, looks like I made 2 lists. YorchTorch games. Cave even have V covering this, and I found this to be interesting, so I wanted to play a little bit of it. I won't watch the whole thing.
Here we have the duality of man. On one hand, we have YorchTorch Games saying that the gaming community is way better thanks to all these legendary men and women who stand for fun and beauty over corporate greed and political activists. And you have this.
Actually, hold on a second. This is a really good comment that I wanted to address. Dev says, and Dev and V are best friends, by the way, aren't you, Dev? There are absolutely some anti-woke goofs who don't play games anymore and just get angry constantly. Grums is on that list for sure. So I will counter this, and people might take that as moving the goalpost, but I would almost push back and say, who cares? Maybe he has a passion for making the industry better and he just doesn't play the games anymore. Maybe he just cares about putting his efforts into using his platform to fix what's broken in the industry. Is that wrong? Is that illegal to do? I always find the argument of you don't play games such a pathetic counter to talking about the games industry. Like, unless you're literally just grifting off of it, which I would argue people like John De La Rose are, where they say they play Mario Kart on Super Nintendo and then literally just cry about video games all the time. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He went from Comicscape to the games industry. And when this dries up for him, he's going to move on to the next thing. So yes, I would say there are some people that are getting confused in that pile, which is frustrating to me, but there is nuance to it. There's nuance to it.
This list of content creators, and then you have another post saying this is a beautiful starter pack of who to mute or block on X if you want to enjoy talking about the games you play. Thanks Torch Games for this. Buy Drone Leash so he can feed himself. I have nothing against this gentleman. If he doesn't want to follow any of these content creators, that's okay, because I also don't like following the game journalist press, which is very interesting. Like, a lot of people that are upset that individuals like myself are talking about the politics behind gaming. Like, why is it that every single female character looks like a transgender about to vote Democrat? That's a problem. But when you had Kotaku demanding that every single female character have pronouns so people can understand she's a transgender about to vote Democrat, that wasn't the problem. That was progress.
Mm-hmm. So again, it comes to silencing opposition, and they come up with reasons to make you stop talking.
Now, another interesting thing that I've noticed is that whenever I speak positive about any of these people, it doesn't matter who, there will always be like 5 or 10 people with bulging eyes and veins throbbing in their neck going, it's like, oh, you can't say positive things about this guy. Don't you know what he did? How dare you? And it's like this feeling that people are trying to separate us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not supposed to interact with each other in order to achieve greater purposes. Like, for instance, when Assassin's Creed was out, like a lot of us talked about the same subject. And apparently, Assassin's Creed Shadows, you know, the Assassin's Creed XO, is one title that didn't sell very well. Same with Spider-Man 2 and many others. Mm-hmm. And I also noticed that before that, no one gave a shit about any of us, right? Like, before we actually encouraged people to do a little bit more digging about the video games they buy. And before we started highlighting some community managers from hell, and before we started posting what game developers working at these companies think about their customers.
And journals.
No one had a problem with Asmongold. No one had the problem with Grooms. No one had the problem with Chibi Reviews. It's almost like after we started becoming effective at mobilizing the consumer base, and we're not even mobilizing the consumer base like the left does it. You know, like when the left hates a video game like Hogwarts, they go around and they start harassing people and they start telling people they're not allowed to play it. We don't do that. We're just basically saying, yeah, this game is kind of shit. Here is why. This is why we don't like it. The aesthetics are puke-inducing. Why would an artist create something like that unless it's ideological, and the ideology that they're pushing just hates cisgender straight white men?
That's a really good distinction V just makes right there. Like with the Hogwarts Legacy thing, exactly. They were going around trying to get channels canceled for streaming the game on Twitch. They were tagging them on social media. They were tagging Twitch, being like, they're playing this game. Like, it was like hysterical. I'm like, these people are retarded. Why do you care? Just don't watch them, bro. They're playing a video game. But when we talk about something, that's a problem. That's
you know? And because we do that, all of a sudden, oh, you're not allowed to talk positive about Grabs. Like, don't you know what he did in the past and blah, blah, blah. You're not allowed to talk about Smash JT. Like, don't you know when he published something that was fake and blah, blah, blah. And it's very interesting because, like, I went through the list and I couldn't think, like, of a single one of these people that I'm allowed to talk positively about. And as you can notice, it's like there's over 25 people. And are you saying that like not one of them is worthy for me to engage with? Yeah, I think I'm going to reject that. You know, like when I engage with another content creator, I'm not engaging because I'm thinking they're a good person and I'm Saint Peter that's allowing them to go to heaven. I'm pretty sure that by now people are adults and they're aware of every single controversy that these content creators have done. And so they can decide for themselves if they want to engage with them or not. Personally, I engage with them at a professional level. Like the reason that I talk to groups is because I know de facto, objectively, he can influence hundreds of thousands of people. And the moment he stops...
By the way, that's what makes them so mad, is because Grums does have... people listen when he says something, people listen to him and they want that because they want control. I don't look at Grums as someone who wants control. I look at Grums as someone who wants to inform people of things. Now, maybe he has some sort of insidious plan behind the scenes of trying to get all this control. He's got me fooled. I look at him as a guy that just wants to be helpful out there. The lefty lunatics always want control. That's why they look at people like Grums and they hate him with a passion and will say whatever they can to try to tear him down because they want what he has.
Doing that, then that's when I will stop talking with him. But there's also like the satisfaction, to be honest. Like I understand Grums is a very bad person, right? He's a piece of shit. The people that I dislike, the people that the people that have fucked with my childhood, that tore down the entire entertainment industry that I grew up, that destroyed everything that I liked when I was a kid. I think they're worse people. And if I get to send a torpedo at them, if I get to send, someone like Grooms, that's a very bad man, and I get to send it to them and they're horrified and they hate it, that's a good thing. I don't care what anyone else is saying. I will keep doing it. Hey, something else that's interesting. The bigger the content creator, the more influential and the more effective, the more people want you to stop talking with them. Like, for instance, Asmongold. Like, Asmongold is the one that I see a lot of people freaking out if you say anything positive.
Yeah, Alyssa Mercante comes to mind. She gets really big mad at Asmongold. Like, why do you care, Alyssa? Because he has influence. He has power. And you don't like that.
It's fucking weird, isn't it? Right? Like, Chibi reviews. Holy shit. Like, this morning, I saw...
Chibi reviews, I mean, all I know of him seems like just a dude that just likes to talk about censorship stuff. I've never gotten any vibes of him being like a bad person, but holy shit, are there people that really hate him?
Someone being attacked for posting something positive in a reply to Chibi reviews? They're like, oh, well, yeah, he likes Loli. The fuck do I care? I don't like Loli. But, like, what I do like is the fact that he can actually influence opinion. Like, when he posts something, people respond. And the people that don't want to have that conversations, they're the ones that freak out. And I think, like, I do want to have those conversations, actually. Yeah, just like the Game Journal Press wanted to have its conversations in 2018. I want to have the exact opposite conversations like they did.
Yep.
Literally the exact opposite of every single talking points that they had. Oh my goodness. Oh, GTA, it's making jokes. Oh, we don't like that. Oh, you're murdering hookers. I want to have like the other conversation. Why isn't GTA making jokes anymore? Why can't you murder hookers in a video games anymore? You know, like, well, it's fiction at the end of the day.
Great point. I'm not going to keep going with this. There's a couple minutes left on it. But banger video by V that I'll share in the description below. A couple more things that we deal with on a daily basis. There's plenty of people that to prove V's point here that quote tweet this. I thought you had to play video games to be part of the gaming community. And people think this is such a gotcha. Like, first off, all of these people, for the most part, that I am familiar with, play a lot of video games. The vast majority of these people on this list. So people think that they're getting a gotcha. It's like, no, you're not. You're not. Secondly, even if none of us played video games, does that invalidate any of our points? No, it doesn't. So your argument saying you don't play video games, you shouldn't be allowed to talk about it, is completely meaningless. I saw Aftermath post this. This is Aftermath, the game that was going through the censorship struggle with Steam last week. They said, some of the people on this list covered our story. Some reached out before doing so. I was one of them. And they were respectful, kind, and fair. They wanted to know the facts and even just talk to us when things were stressful, since we were not prepared for going viral. I had a great conversation with them. And yeah, there were some of those statements I made to them where I was like, you got this, don't stress. There's a lot of people that are crazy out there that are going to come for you. I deal with this all the time. Don't worry. I feel like they're talking to me right now with that part, but I don't know if other people also reached out with that same conversation. It sounds like multiple people did. Even the ones who didn't speak to us were fair and did some digging before posting content. We don't know all the people and are not familiar with all their content, yet we were attacked for saying thank you to some we saw supporting us. Some devs and creators that were against our stance never reached out, spread false information, were rude and insulting to our team members, and got upset when we responded accordingly. The point is, we don't need to agree with everyone to be respectful. And that respect goes a long way in this industry, which banger post for Aftermath, banger post. And it continues, though. There's other people that are trying to pick up on this, I don't know, trend of YorchTorch's viral post. This is that KJN gamer guy that I made a video the other day talking about how he had the dumbest tweet I think I've ever seen in my life. Apparently, he said he got one more in him. The gaming community would be so much better without these tourists who pretend they know the gaming industry. Cabrutus, me, No Room for Woke, YorchTorch, Endymion, and Jay Viper. Now, I can't speak for other people, but I am very familiar with Endymion, Jay Viper, and pretty familiar with Cabrutus. I don't know about No Room for Woke. YorchTorch, I'm not that familiar with his gaming experience, anything like that. But Jay Viper said, this weird Sony shill loves making must follow lists and not tagging the people. Be sure to follow everyone here. YorchTorch says, man, my follower count is exploding thanks to that Sony pony. Thanks for the mention. And Jay says, love Trump's hate. I will be honest too, ever since these started going viral, I've been getting hundreds of followers on X, which is gotta burn them. It's really gotta get at them. Friend of the channel, Tebow, wanted to have some fun with this, and he let me know that he made his own to counter it. He said, this is a beautiful starter pack of who to mute or block on X. If you agree that being a gamer doesn't mean you can't criticize corporate slop or blatant agenda pushing in the games industry. Thanks, K-Med, for unintentionally volunteering yourself for the #1 spot. Let me go through this and see if there's anyone I disagree with here. K-Med, David Jaffe, Kate Bush's husband, who pushed out my docs and tried to get my wife fired at the hospital. Brody Fox, Andy Cortez, who pushed a fake story about me being on a cuck website with my wife. Anti-Woke Hub, Wargaming Dad, that the only time I see him is people screenshotting stuff he says about me because I have him muted. He talks about me probably 5 to 10 times a day, if not more. Damage Sector, who hangs out in my game streams, but I feel like just kind of hangs out. Dell, the Cartel Dell, who this was the guy that was like, yeah, they are uglifying women in games. And he's an artist in the games industry. And then came back and was like, oh, actually, no, it's fine. I shouldn't have spoken up, and deleted that tweet. Yeah. McDizzle, who faked the ID of a Ubisoft employee, faked an email, set me up with a fake story just to get me in a gotcha that I covered a story to say that I run with fake news. These people are shitheads. Ash Parrish, don't even get me started on Ash Parrish. Alana Pierce, I mean, what more needs to be said? We've covered in detail. Booty Adams, Khalif, Positivity Peddler, Mighty Keefe, I mean, come on. Colin Moriarty, Woke, whatever, Klansman easily. I don't even know who this guy is. Paul Tassi, Jason Schreier, Jeff Grubb, who stole one of my stories, Alyssa Mercante, who's currently suing me. Yeah, I'd say that this is a pretty good list of people to block and ignore. Yeah, that's fair. I have a hard time finding anyone here that actually finds happiness in their life. They have a lot of projection of hatred for success of other channels, wishing that they could have that same success. I would say, out of everyone here, Alana Pierce probably is the most successful, followed probably closely by Colin Moriarty. Maybe, I mean, I don't even know. Paul Tassi for Forbes, but Forbes has been dying for a while. Jason Schreier, but Bloomberg, I guess. Everyone else has found zero success in their life. David Jaffe used to be successful. He's fallen from graces. But yeah, very curious, the situation of all that. And we'll leave it with this one. This is Anti-Woke Hub said, they play games, laughing emoji, and totally talk about games like they like to play. Totally. And this is Kata saying, clear example of someone who doesn't watch the people he criticizes, because literally everyone on here talks about the games they love to play. And Kata quote tweets, they're really not sending their best, and showcases the games that he's playing. So again, it's not the gotcha they think it is, but it's what they're always going to fall back on because they keep losing. These people have nothing but misery in their life. They're so angry that people can talk about video games, and many of us can make a living off of doing this, and they get so mad. You shouldn't be able to do that. It should be me. People should be listening to me about it, not you. And then because people don't, that anger festers into hatred and jealousy and consumes them and ultimately destroys them. That's found interesting. I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do with this video or what I'm going to call it. But I thought it was a good dichotomy of what social media is and how many of these people turned into just reply guys. So much hatred and jealousy in their life. Do you have anything else to do but be a reply guy with everything that we say? Just be a reply guy and take the negative every time? It's wild. But yeah, I'll leave that there.